Welcome back guys. As you can see and as promised in the last video, we got ourselves a Z4 M40i. So what we are going to do with the car, we're going to measure it in stock and with the tune on our dyno, and of course we are going to measure 100 to 200 times on the Autobahn in stock and with the tune. So let's start.
So brand new Z4 development actually is already completed. We finished it last week. So today we just want to show you how the car performs on the road and of course how the acceleration times will drop on the Autobahn. Later on we're going to do a little flashback to our dyno development where Dani will explain how the development worked and how the performance increasement actually behaves for this engine. But maybe now let's just do a quick review of the car in general. We drove it for a few kilometers already, and Dani, what do you think so far?
I think overall it's a great car. The handling is good, engine B58 in a reworked version, really good. Gearbox as usual, really good. So overall I really have to say, I mean, at the beginning I was quite skeptical.
Yeah, me too. Because it's a convertible.
There is a Supra, it is a convertible, maybe not that sporty. Yeah, I think BMW did a great job on the Z4.
Yeah, me too. I also have to double down on that point. The time where a convertible automatically isn't a good sports car definitely seems to be over, because this car is really good in turns, it drives really sporty, and basically, except for the looks of course, which would be better with a coupe, don't have to talk about this. Basically you don't really have a disadvantage with the convertible, you just have to say. And also, which we already noticed in other cars and also during the development of our product on the dyno for this car, the B58 engine is just such a good and strong and tunable engine.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like BMW really knows how to do the 6 cylinders. You can't really say any negative things about it.
Yeah, and I mean you can get it as 6 cylinder, which is, if you compare it to the Boxster, to the current 718.
Exactly.
You can get it as 6 cylinder.
As long as you don't spend the money for a GT4, which is a lot more expensive.
And by the way, if someone from BMW is watching that, please build a Z4 M Coupe version. Yeah, that would be. Just get the S55 in and you're good to go.
Yeah. If it has to be, even leave it as a convertible, but put the S58 maybe even in there.
Yeah, maybe the new one.
And just do an M version. This would be just terrific. Yeah, so basically the car is really good. We already had a lot of fun with it. Results on the dyno are pretty strong, which you will basically see in a second. We're heading to the Autobahn now to do the acceleration runs. Fortunately, the way there is kind of one turn after another, so it hopefully will be fun. But first, we're gonna do a little flashback to our development stage on the dyno, where Dani will explain to you how the development works and so on. After that, we'll do the acceleration runs. And yeah, so see you in a minute. About the engine itself, it is a 6-cylinder 3-liter B58 engine, but this version of the B58 is heavily modified. It is the latest generation, which is in the Z4, the Supra, the new X7, the new X5, actually to meet the latest emission standards all over the world. And also there's a special thing, by the way, this is the OPF version, so the European version. A little fun fact, actually the Z4 and the Supra got the same performance figures in Europe, while in the US the Z4 got actually the higher spec, so 380 horsepower against the 335 of the Supra. So guys, which car would you prefer, the Supra or the Z4? We're gonna put up a poll somewhere in the video, so just click it and tell us which car you like more. Maybe you can watch the video until the end to see which car you actually would prefer. So we measured the car in stock. Here you can see the chart. We ended up at 351 horsepower corrected and 515 newton meters of torque, which is actually a little bit higher than the official claim from BMW, but still, yeah, in an okay area, I would say. So what you can see on the chart, horsepower corrected, horsepower uncorrected. We are correcting all figures through EVG actually, and here you can see the real horsepower, the drivetrain loss, which is measured after every run, which is really important to get accurate figures, because after each run, if you're doing like 20 runs back to back, the drivetrain loss will be a little bit more due to expanding parts in the drivetrain and stuff like that. So it's really important to measure the power loss after each run, and that is what we are doing. And here you can see the torque, orange line torque, red line horsepower, blue line wheel horsepower, and the drivetrain loss. Yeah, I think that's it for the stock chart. As usual, BMW got really nice numbers in stock already, so let's install the tune and see how much power we can get out of it. So obviously we finished the development a couple of days ago already. However, here are the power figures. 403 horsepower and 680 newton meters of torque, which is around 100 newton meters more than stock, and a really nice performance gain in horsepower as well. As you can see, again, orange line is torque, red line horsepower, blue line wheel horsepower, green line is the power loss again. What we're going to do now, I will lay over the stock chart, so actually we can compare that. So what you can see in the chart now, thick line is tuned, thin lines are stock. What you can see, we have a lot more torque all over the upper ram range. We have a lot more horsepower basically everywhere, which really helps to transform the car into a more sporty version. And the B58, again, really tunable engine with a lot of potential to get some power out of it. So I think that's it from the dyno. We are switching now to the 100-200 measurements on the Autobahn to see how the more performance transfers actually on the street.
100.
200. So tuning measurement is done, and actually we were a lot faster than expected. We got a 9.6, which is kind of crazy. I think this is a delta of 2.3 seconds to stock, which is like, except for some absurd cars like our G500, this is like one of the biggest deltas we ever had. I think it's like really fast.
B58, pretty nice engine to tune.
Absolutely.
Even in the latest version, which is slightly modified if you compare it to the older generation, but it stays a perfect engine to tune, I would say. I mean, we said it before, times around 10 seconds would be good. We are now at 9.6, which is quick. Yeah, just had a look into Google to compare it against the Cayman, and the Cayman S is around 10.8 seconds, 100 to 200, and actually you're 1.2 seconds faster with the tuned Z4.
Yeah, this is one more thing. I think, like, for all the people who are complaining, which to be honest, in the beginning I also kind of supported, like, okay, Z4 is cabriolet only again, so it's pretty heavy, and 340 horsepower in Europe is not that much, so it won't be a real sports car. I have to say I was quite wrong. I mean, the car is like the B58, as you said, is such a strong engine, and especially tuned, it goes like really well. And also the times where a cabriolet couldn't perform in turns is also over. So it's really sporty. It has a really good handling. So basically, it's a full-blown sports car with a really tunable, very good engine. And if you think about all this, even the price point isn't that bad. I think it's a really good car, and I would be really happy to have this as a daily driver, which I can't say about a lot of cars.
Also, very interesting how the new Supra will perform. I think it's pretty sure to say that we will have this later this year, sometime around. It should be lighter because it's a coupe. It has the same engine. So basically, I think it's safe to say that even the new Supra again is quite a tunable car.
It is definitely, and a lot of people are complaining about Supra got a BMW engine, but I don't think that's a bad thing.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to say we worked on a Supra already, but not in Germany.
Yeah.
So it was a non-OPF-GPF version. It is a good engine to tune, definitely.
Absolutely.
I think you can say that.
Yeah. Okay, so guys, this was it for the Z4. In the upcoming weeks, there will definitely be a video which some of you guys, or basically a lot of you guys, requested. There will be one video where we explain in detail how our dyno works, what values on a chart mean what exactly, so you can really get an understanding of how a dyno works. So this will be one of the next videos. And also one more thing, we will get another pretty quick BMW the next week. So it stays interesting. Stay tuned. If you like the video, leave us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and of course, if you have any questions about the video or about this car in specific, just write us a comment. As always, we'll try to answer them as fast as possible, and see you in a few weeks.